Here's the CougarBoard question of the week.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with CougarBoard, it's the largest online community of BYU fans with thousands of posts daily. This question comes from one of their insider subscribers, user Dilbert, and we thought it applied to you too, so we wanted to bring you in on it.
Okay.
Dilbert writes, it was kind of funny seeing Mark Pope take out his frustration on that water bottle in the Baylor game, giving Greg Wrubell and Mark Durrant a little shower. What is the craziest or funniest thing you guys have seen on the sideline from a coach or player during a game? So let me ask you, what's the craziest thing you've done as a coach on the sideline? Or as a player that you saw your coach do?
We talked about that, here, like, that's what he did.
Yeah, he just hit it.
And so our guys were actually joking about that. And so the guys asked me, have you broken anything? And I said, I've broken a clipboard, but it wasn't it was like my own clipboard. And I was, gosh, and it was just not well made. And so it just snapped. I didn't chuck it. I've never done that. But this weekend, I couldn't get up fast enough. And so the play was coming. It was a playable ball by our guys off the block. So one of our big guys, Trent, he's 6'9". He's a bulldozer. He's coming right at me. And I tried to push the chairs, and I just went head over. I just went back. I just flew right over. And someone sent me, I could pull that up right now because it was literally just the other day that someone.
So he sent you the video?
Yeah. Like, there you go. So let's see.
All right, now give the play-by-play in your microphone.
All right, sorry about that. So there you can see. I'll rewind it again.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you got Trent. All these texts. Come on, people. So there I am right there. So there you go.
So on the podcast, if just envision the coach getting wiped out.
He needs to send it.
That's
We'll
what we're doing.
post it.
It's good. It's good. But I don't know. Like beyond that, just the typical things, I guess. Nothing wild and crazy that I can recall.
Dave Rose had a jacket removal back in the
remember
WCC
that.
tournament that
Record setting.
That has not been matched.
So nobody's ever taken a jacket off that fast in the history of
when we get
mankind.
home from church on Sunday, that jacket comes off pretty fast, but it is impossible to do it as fast as he does.
No,
So
that's good.
my crazy one was I was doing a national game for a network, and I was doing a game at Air Force, and Joe Scott was the head coach. Remember this story, Dave? Joe Scott was the head coach.
He talked like a sailor.
Joe Scott was just like he did not hold back with his language, and he admits it, and he's reformed. But
and it just to set the Air Force, they didn't have a big crowd.
Nobody
at the
was
time.
there.
It's awfully quiet in those games.
It got better. Clune Arena got better. But
we have
this
great
time,
microphones. It was awfully quiet.
There's like very few people there.
Oh,
and
no.
they made our position
Oh, no.
on the scores table was right next to Joe. And so I would always get really nervous. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. It's too quiet in here. I don't like being next to Joe. Like, he can hear everything I'm saying. I don't like that he can hear what I'm saying, right? So I'm trying to talk in hushed tones. They're not playing well. And I think they're playing San Diego State, and San Diego State goes down, and they run down, and they get a run out, and then they steal the ball, and they run down, and they get a run out. Like 4 plays in a row, they get layups.
Oh, my gosh.
And Air Force's guys, they're not even trying to get back and play defense. So I say as quiet as I can say, I'm like, hey, it's apparent that Joe Scott's about to go out of his mind because his guys aren't even making an effort to get back. I say it just quiet like this. They're not even making an effort to get back and play defense the last 4 times down the floor. He calls a timeout, immediate calls a timeout.
No.
And they come over, and he huddles the team up right in front of us. But it's not a media timeout, so we're still on the air. And just at the top of his lungs, he's like, even expletive Blaine, sitting right here behind me, knows that you guys are dogging it out there. You're absolutely dogging it, and he just pointed it out on television.
Oh, I love it.
And the producer in my ear goes, did he just say expletive Blaine? And I go, yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Like, I put the talk back, I go, yes, he did.
Yeah.
And he goes, wow, that just went out over the air.
There we go.
And then he sent him back out, and he sat down, and they had a timeout, and he comes over and he goes, hey, I'm really sorry about that. I go, Joe, that went out on the air. He's like, oh, dude, I'm sorry about that.
He was a really nice guy, but he'd get in these games and it'd become this thing.
He would
and
go
would tell
nuts.
him, look, you can't talk like that.
Yeah.
You can't scream that right into our
I will share
mic.
one story, and I won't say who, and I'll be quick. It was in the Smith Fieldhouse. Imagine one of the best crowds ever. I mean, because it was. And it was a rockin'. And the team that came in here, I'll just say they were probably 1 or 2 at the time. We were probably 3 or 4. And so it was just rocking. And we had really, really good team. I won't give away too much. It was one of the teams that competed for a national championship. I'll say that. And
if you give us enough clues, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, you guys can later. But some fans brought these like spinning wheels.
Like pinwheels?
Yeah,
things?
but they're just holding them and spinning it, which I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know if those are against the rules or allowed.
It seems like they're in the rock at basketball games.
Okay,
stuff like that.
So they're doing that. No big deal. And this coach, you guys, he's going to have a heart attack. he's going to pass out. His players didn't know what was going on because he was just... The
veins were popping out on his forehead.
So in the middle of the match, this is something I appreciate you guys because it's a cool story. So due to you guys bringing this up, I walk over. I don't call time. I literally walk over to him. Nobody knows what's going on. Everyone's looking at like, what the freak's going on?
Why are you going to talk to this
Is there
guy?
going to be a fight? He's like, and I walk over to him and I put my arms on his shoulders and I go, dude, take a deep breath. Breathe in. Here, you're going to be like, what do you need? Like in the heat of the competition, some people might go, oh, you're a wimp. Why'd you do that? But I was like, no. This guy is going to die. He's going to have a heart attack. We're not going to make it through this match. And I told him, I said, dude,
what do you need?
What do you want me to do, man? Calm, like take a deep, I told him to his face, take a deep breath, man. What do you need? What do you need? And I went over there, said, hey, get those out of there. Just
take the pinwheels out.
We're done. And, but yeah, so
did he survive? He survived.
He survived. He said he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have.
After the game, did he go, hey, thanks for doing that?
No, because
because you beat him.
I can't.
I'm glad he didn't take a swing at you. Sometimes coaches
are
beat him.
But I walked over there in the middle of the match, and everyone like is our guys, their guys. What is going on? What's going on? So
that's
anyway.
because
Sean, it was two things. Sean did not want him to have a medical event there because that was not going to be good. No. And the second thing is Sean knew they were going to spank him in this match, and he wanted the guy to have no excuses.
There you go.
Yeah, Sean Olmstead, the humanitarian.
Yes.
And very successful volleyball coach. Good luck, Santa Barbara.
Thank you.